Good morning, Facebook fam. And as the title, or little blurb title I suggested, it says, let's talk agents. And I'm not going to talk too much about it because I'm learning it as I go. And I was very resistant to certain browsers and all that were being promoted through chat. So I said, let me go ahead and download the thing. I downloaded it, never logged into it for a while. Then finally logged into the Atlas browser, and I was under the impression, because I was a paid customer, that I had this, indefinite access to the agent mode. So I got a taste of its agent mode, and it was like pure magic. All the stuff that we would manually do, especially for you organic marketers out there that don't exactly do the launch game. Everything you do in your browser, all the manual tedious stuff, you can have your little agent employees do it for you. So I set parameters on the limits I had with Atlas, and I was hooked. And it was even funny too, because when you turn the agent mode on and you give it the task of what you want it to do, it opens up within the Atlas browser. It has like little graphics of like stars, like magic, like woo. And I thought it was an interesting touch because it was like magic. And the last promo I ran, I didn't have to create deliverables for bonuses. The agent did it. It created my docs. It did all that. So I stepped away and I was like, oh my God, this is insane. So I went to go have it do more complex tasks as far as proactive audience building, because a lot of you organic people that are on my friends list that do the organics and manually do it because they're because y'all might be dragging your feet on testing out how to work agents, because it's still kind of over my head. It still is. It's just the tinkering with it. And once I got a taste of the Atlas agent mode, I was like, wow, it put me on a mission to figure out how to bounce between different agents when limits hit, because it gets expensive once you hit limits and you got to wait like a month. Like I got to wait under a month before I get my limits back to do agent mode again. So now that I've figured out the simplicity and sheer speed of these browsers, even without agent mode for Atlas, for example, there's some things inside of Atlas when you do max out your agent mode that you just can't simply do normally in the ChatGPT interface, the UI, like you normally would. But when you're in Atlas, I keep saying Atlas because ChatGPT is the first one that came out, and they pushed it. They were the first to grab that first surge of millions of users in a week or two, something like that. So they had a foothold for a lot of people to get this browser. Got the browser. I was already in the account, logged into the same account where chat knows me well, because as you interact, as you guys know, the more you interact with your AI, the more it picks up on your voice style and tone. So it was a perfect harmony to install this browser and figure it out. From what I understand, it's built off Chromium. Chromium is what Google Chrome is built off of as well. So it has plug-in functionality, which creates windows, like a window of opportunity for that browser, even for people that like to create like plugins. But the thing is that because of how robust the actual Atlas browser is, it's like I'm having a difficult time on seeing them even bothering with developing plugins. But I'm sure there's some use cases and there's opportunities there. Thanks, man. Thanks for tuning in, my guy. I DM'd you some gold, and keep doing what you're doing, man. I forgot. I'm gonna call you B. I think it's Bar or something. I saw you live. Appreciate it. No, but what I was saying is, like, once I touched the Atlas browser, that I was I was kind of resistant to it because, everybody's conditioned to like Chrome and Firefox and all. Yeah, what's up, my man? Yeah, it's Barnabas. I think I said it right, my man. Yeah. I saw you in the group. You messaged me, or you commented on the Papa interview that I put out. I was sitting on that interview for a little bit, because the guy, I'm not saying he's a bad guy, but he's kind of rough, a little rough around the edges. But nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with a guy that's pretty direct and blunt. Because sometimes you need a coach. This is kind of the turn from the main. Thank you, Ramirez. B sounds nice too. B. I'm not sure what you mean by B. Barnabas. But yeah. The whole agent thing. It's like people that are not using it and at least figuring out all the motions we normally do online. If we get these browsers to just agent mode out for us and we give us parameters, dude, we can. I mean, you do have to supervise it. You still got to supervise it. And you can turn it off and stop it. And you can direct the supervision in real time as it's working while you watch it work. But man, when you see it working, it's like, wow, now my processes have went up in speed by 100x. Only con is once you hit those limits on, especially the Atlas browser, they want you to pay an arm and a leg. But my thinking is this, okay? Agents are like employees, all right? And if I were to pay the hefty fee, and I think in terms of, okay, I would be paying X amount for digital employees. It's actually cheap. So I look at it differently. Like if you look at a corporate store or a restaurant or whatever corporate, they're paying their employees more than an agent. Agents don't need much, okay? The company that wants folks to pay the fee to get that unlimited functionality. So I feel tasked to tap into how Manus does it, to tap into how Claude does it. Apparently they can do it too, but they all have their cons of limitations. I don't think they're as hands-on like Atlas is. I'm pretty sure Gemini, any second now, because everybody's in Chrome, will just slap it in there, and all of a sudden it's doing just like Atlas. It'll be a matter of days or whatever, if it's not already with their Gemini, But yeah, the Atlas, once I got touched, like I said, when I touched that Atlas, I was like, well, I know what my next product's going to be about. Basically, I'm revisiting all the proven organic methods, and I'm going to be telling my agent employees to do the work on my behalf. That way I can focus on the other money tasks, like building offers, all that, building, just training. That's what I meant. Building training. Because usually it starts with, for me, my processes these days, especially with AI, is I start with the concepts, I do the motions, I get the proof of concept, I get some kind of results coming in showing that it works. And then I'll create a training. No pages built, no nothing, no members area. And I'll just have AI scan what my training's talking about. It does all the stuff for me. Gives me the copy for the pages, how should I break down the OTOs and the front end and all. And I just go from there, man. And it's so awesome. I think everybody's doing that now, where they just take the big shortcut where they could just start with the training they want to launch or put out or free lead mag, whatever. And AI just scans the transcript. And what's funny is, like, say you upload any kind of training to YouTube that's unlisted. If you're inside the AI Atlas, all you got to do is visit the video. There's no more having to give it a link to scan. No more of that. That's gone. You just put it on there and hit the Ask ChatGPT button, and on the right side, the bar opens up and be like, you tell it what you want about the video, and it can see and read and watch the video right then and there without having to do any kinds of like, oh, let me get the link right quick and do this and then bounce between tabs and all that. No, they man, I was like, this is insane. So there's a lot like today right now. I got today and tomorrow strictly to work on the business. Now I am maxed out on agents, on agent mode functionality, but the functionality I still have in Atlas, you can build Gumroad lead magnet products like so freaking fast, guys. It's insane. You can curate content. This is an example of another use case I used for lead gen with the Gumroad site. You can because you could go to relevant videos in the AI space since it's constantly trending up. Go to the video. You don't have to get no transcripts or nothing while you're in like the Atlas browser. You just hit the Ask ChatGPT, be like, yeah, I want to make a lead magnet with this. Can we make I usually I'll say do the past sales page framework, just something simple, and then edit it, obviously. And the beauty of it when you're using like especially Atlas is that when you're on the page itself, that you can actually insert. Like it'll come up with something and there's a button to click. It inserts the copy into wherever you at, so long the cursor's like positioned into it. And I'm like, damn, so many it's just keeping faster and faster and faster for us, for the people that use these tools. So I'm gonna go ahead and there's some things I got to schedule up today. Like I did publish at the Papa call, but there's more to the system than that. I use Opus Pro, as you guys know. I always talk about Opus Pro. There's other softwares out there like that are more engaging with zooms and transitions. I just, I remember I sat in one of Tai Lopez's not like actually went a YouTube video, and it's funny because the guy that the recent promo I put out for Philip Johansson, he was physically there being coached with Tai Lopez and his other mentor, and I watched the YouTube replay. And I was basically sitting in the room listening too. And it was from Tai Lopez. He was talking about start with your long form first, chop it down. And that stuck with me ever since. And that's kind of how my buyer magnet method product came to be. It got 50 plus sales. I'm cool with that. And while others will be like, oh, that's a flop. Blah, blah, blah. Guys, organics is also in the arsenal. It's not just launching. Launching is fun. Yeah, straight to the buyers and speeds. It speeds the whole what's it? Tip of my tongue. I got a Red Bull trying to wake my ass up. It just speeds authority, because they bought it, and then they're going through your stuff, and make sure it's good. I made sure the buyer magnet method was good. They didn't get much support, and that's okay. Cool with that because I actively use the method now organically, mostly through YouTube. It could be used on TikTok and all that too, but my goal now I've decided is to drive everyone to my school community because you could set 3 entry questions similarly like you can with Facebook groups. And the beauty with school is it's more targeted to marketers off top. So I figure I'd go ahead and build that up. I know I just kind of deterred about how we're talking about agents and all that. The agents will play a big part on my decision to do that as far as school. And I'm glad I picked it up. Because once I started seeing like the engagement leaderboard build up in my school, I said, all right, I'm going to make it a point to post in school often, and it's always a beauty when you get your questions set a certain way because everybody that comes in, they give you the answer to what kind of content that you need to create and or products through the pain point first question. And there's a way you got to word it so it sounds soft and people don't put their guard up, okay? But yeah, anyhow, this agent scene is so amazing. I'm waiting for the limits to come back. I saw the hefty price. I talked to some of my bigger super affiliates. And I was telling them, we might have to like pool in together and get like a team account because think about it. Like right now they're saying asking price for indefinite agents on Atlas. I think it's $200 a month. That's hefty. It is, but you could pool it with people, like pool the overhead with people, and knowing if you're paying $200 a month for like unlimited employees, that's actually cheap. It's not as much as people think. It's just that people need a game plan. If they're going to pull the trigger on such a thing, they need to get those agents working ASAP on all the money-making motions that we would otherwise do manually. That what happens leads to burnout, okay? Leads to burnout. Because you'll get a result especially organic people, they'll get a result and they'll get the buyers. Like, there's ways to do it. Content is king. And when these people enter into our communities and answer the pain point questions, they give us the content to talk about. They give us the products to build. Like, I mean, it's genius. It's just like you're a Jedi mind reader with these questions. But anyhow, yeah, this agent scene. The next product, I want to try to like put it out next month about the agents. And when you hit like limits, how much more functionality, how you still have access to other functionalities with, especially specifically the Atlas browser, since ChatGPT was the first to really dominate as far as users that entered into their ecosystem. And it's I have to cut like just real time training of my processes with the Atlas browser, and I'm gonna put that together, and I'll probably have maybe some curations of even other people talking about other things you can do with it, and just I'll put that out there for the masses. So yeah, I can't wait to get that out there, man. Yeah. Barnabas, when you message me, I understand the pain, because a lot of the vendors out here, yeah, the flaunting and like, oh, look at me, yeah, oh, woo, making all this money in sales and all, but deep down inside, the pain point is there with the recruiting side of the equation. And that's the big reason I spent coaching with people that effectively did it organically, and knew how to build relationships and cultivate it to where they do turn into a buyer. Now, a lot of other people don't have patience for that, you know? Hey, what's going on, Alfred Arnold? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I was just talking about some agent stuff, mostly Atlas, but they got a lot of like, from what I understand, Manus can do some agent stuff. I think they all can, but I need stuff that actually touches the browser and and actually does the clicks I would normally do, all that things like that. I know Atlas for sure. I just got to figure out the other ones. That way, when I do launch that offer, we're able to maneuver limits and basically have multiple AIs collaborate using their limits back to back to back. That way we're able to finish the task we need done. At least that's my thinking with it. Obviously, nothing's going to be free to some degree. I mean, for people to really use even the Atlas to its fullest potential, you got to have a paid account in some form or fashion, But I'm going to stop right there and just leave it at that. And I am just so stoked with this whole how AI is making our lives easier and easier and easier to create abundance for ourselves. While you got the average Joe Schmo that's fearing the hell out of it, stuck on misinfoed news of AI generated content, not knowing that that is actually a weapon they're going to use against us, or already using against us to do psychological operations to control the sentiment of populations, the ignorant ones at least. But anyhow, I'm not going to go on a tangent about that. Yeah, agents are here. They're awesome. And I'm going to put something out about it, showing the processes I used to do, but have the agents do it. so I'm not burnt out. It'll have unlimited patience. It'll know how to talk to people in DM. It'll be able to close sales in DM better. That way you can get the buyer on your list through organics, while the agent does all the heavy lifting with its unlimited patience. It never gets angry. It doesn't get all like, have a great time being broke. I've ran across people like that. Like, they'll proactive audience build, and I can usually tell, guys, because I vet the profiles when they friend request me. I look how they got it, how they're optimized, and how they position themselves. And I already know the next step after that, because I usually add them, because I got advanced buyers too, okay? And vendors that they see that I'm up to some things, And so I just let it be. I let the advanced come in, let them think what they want to think, because they're thinking in their head, they see low ticket, so they're thinking, the economics don't stack. So it's like one of those things they try to use in their arsenal in DM. and I always know what they're gonna do. It's like I see the friend request me. I vet the profile. I look at what they do. I look at what they talk, their content, and I'm like, yeah, it's just gonna be a matter of time. They're gonna try to use some kind of tactic, a shame tactic of sorts, and usually I'll ghost or I'll come back with something pretty intelligent that I didn't think that I would know because I've been in this game for a while. Anyhow, I'm a shush now. Yeah, it's gonna be great stuff, man. Let me see. Yeah, Barnabas, man, stay tuned. Thanks for engaging in the core community. I still got to send you the school link. We're at 30 members over there. But I'm gonna really start like because I watched the school news that Sam Ovens and his co-founder put out. The school news really is keeps all the schoolers up to date on just how much more that they're making it better, and how it's pretty much an all-in-one solution. Like they're going for the all-in-one solution, and I like it. I mean, it's the new not brain rot social media, you know. Anyhow, I'm a shush there. Rewind the video a million times to hear me out about the agent talk. But yeah, that's gonna be the next offer. It's super relevant. I mean, it's so relevant, so it made sense to talk about it. Obviously, relevance keeps changing dramatically because AI is advancing at an insane rate. It really is. But yeah, it's great stuff. It's great stuff. I'm not a brooder of oh my god. What is it? What is it? The Terminator scenario, which is like I think Elon says like a 30% chance of that. He's always changing his percentage chances. It's the humans that put the bullshit in these AI's minds. Okay, it's not inherently the AI's faults. If any shit does hit the fan, but as us marketers, we can't brood on that shit. We got work to do. We got families to take care of. You know what I mean? We got whys bigger than the fucking solar system, the cosmos. But anyhow, I'm gonna shush right there. Leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in, Alfred. Thanks for tuning in, Barnabas. I'm gonna go ahead and get the school link to you, Barnabas. I know you said yeah, send it. All right, y'all be blessed.